Hello, everybody. Welcome to the YINZER Brothers podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are the YINZER Bros. Tim, the Steelers are falling out of the sky. We were 10-3. Now we're 10-6. We lost 3 in this last brutal stretch. We have our last game. It's hard to believe the season's almost over, man. This is a fast season.
I mean, you could have told me this roller coaster was going to happen.
We knew it was going to be brutal at the end, but we're in the last game. We're at the Bengals. I mean, hey, at least we're rested. We got through that thing. What do we get? We've had like 10 days to rest now because they moved us up to Saturday.
You can give them 100 days to rest. It wouldn't matter.
It's gonna be enough.
His team is. Watching them against the Chiefs was the most depressing thing on the planet. I'm sitting there going,
yeah,
this Christmas sucked.
Well, you know what was bad too? I mean, when you talk about great teams, there's one thing to have great teams, but we played a couple of physical games too. I mean, Philadelphia is a physical team, playing, the Ravens is a physical thing. I don't think I heard a stat today. This is nuts that teams after they play Philadelphia are like 3-9 or something ridiculous.
TJ, I get Philadelphia. Baltimore played 3 games in 11 days.
But
the Chiefs played 3 games in 11 days. But look who
they played. It's sometimes it's who you play too. I mean, we played Philly, the Ravens, and the Chiefs back to back to back.
TJ, I get it. It wasn't even close. None of them were close.
I mean, I think it would have been a different game if Najee doesn't fumble, but I don't know. But let's just say, we know this. They're hurting right now. They're having some problems. What are you feeling about the team now? Now they're getting healthy again.
What am I feeling?
Yeah, do you think we got a shot against the Bengals? They're underdogs against the Bengals right now.
I don't know. I don't know what to feel. TJ, it's the same crap every year. They're probably going to lose. Going to be the 6th seed. I have to go to Baltimore, and I'm going to talk myself into those guys. Like, yeah, they can do it up in Baltimore, and something will happen early in the game where I'll be like, oh, they scored a touchdown. We're sky high. Next thing you know, it's 10 p.m. at night, and we're losing 39-6. And I'm going, what happened? Here we go. Same crap.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they have a little bit more of you're getting a lot of guys back. I think they got a little bit more about where they are. So the Bengals coming in, they're on a hot streak, but this is who they've played.
TJ,
the Bengals have played. They played the Raiders,
the
Chargers, and the Cowboys.
They played Denver though too. They played Denver.
No, they had the Browns in there too. So they had the Browns, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Cowboys. Those were their last 4.
No, they played Denver last week.
When did they play? Well, they lost to Denver. Yeah, Denver was.
No, they beat Denver. They beat Denver.
Well, who did they? No, Denver must have been number 5 then. Let me pull it up real quick again.
They played Denver last week because they needed to beat Denver, and that was the OT game.
Oh, that was last week. You're right. They beat them in OT.
TJ, here's all I'm going to say. I don't. TJ, they could be playing. They could be playing the University of Pittsburgh this week when you got dudes on the defense going, hey, there's a certain guy not doing his job. It's week 17.
Well, but they know who that is. So they beat the Broncos last week, 30-24. The Browns are nothing. The Titans are nothing. The Cowboys stink. That was their last 4.
I don't disagree with you. Their defense is awful, but TJ, our defense looks like me and you out there. I'm going, TJ, I realistically think me and you could catch a 5-yard pass against that defense.
Well, you got to think. So it tells you really, how much they're missing, their safety. I think he's better than Mika right now.
TJ, he was there last week. He was there against the Chiefs. And TJ, guess 87 of all the people on the Chiefs. I'm going, why is nobody covering 87?
Yeah, you could tell the Chiefs. I think that was the end of the road. They were done. I think they were just done.
Oh,
so I don't know.
Road.
So here's the thing. Do you think? We know the Bengals need this to get in. The Steelers, if we could lose, and if the Chargers lose, we're still the 5th seed.
The Chargers are playing. I think the Raiders.
They're playing the Raiders. Yeah.
The Raiders stink.
They do, but it's a West thing. It's their division. You never know.
TJ, just win. But do you realistically trust this Steelers team against any team in the playoffs right now?
I think this is interesting for us because I think if the offense has a chance to get on track, this is a good team to get the offense on track too. The question will be, can the defense, can they hold them down?
I don't disagree with you, dude. I don't.
I mean, that's the
TJ
question.
90 should be on a milk carton the past three. Where's he been the past 3 weeks?
You're right. He hasn't had a great season.
He's not he's had a great. He's had a good season, but when you need him the most, he's been on a milk carton somewhere. I mean,
I mean, he's not been stellar. He's not been stellar. How
Cam
many games?
Sutton, that guy sucks.
I think that's who they were talking about. I think
I
Cam
do
Sutton.
too.
Yeah,
I do too.
I think he just doesn't know what's going on, and I think it wouldn't surprise me if Beanie starts.
But here's my thing: like, why is it taking you 3 weeks to make that adjustment? Take him out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think you're right, and I think you get
you
get your top cornerback, and I think
And
you
you know
get
who else?
quarterback and
You know who else just fell off a cliff?
Mika.
I wouldn't say, dude. He had a huge pick against the.
Well,
I
he
mean,
did.
I don't think Mink is. I don't think he's been bad, but he's not been like he hasn't made split by. Dude, their punter has been bad the past
Oh,
like
he
2-3 weeks, dude.
He has. Yeah,
He's
he
been
has.
killing them at critical times, man.
He has. No, I agree. I agree. I don't know. They got to get some pressure up the middle. They're healthy now, which is good. It's going to be an interesting matchup for us. We'll talk about that in a second, and we'll talk about some playoff stuff. But before we get into that, let's open up the Yinzer mailbag. What is the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the Yinzer fans, get to ask us any questions on this international podcast. If you want to ask us questions, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We know we have a lot going on here with the playoffs. We have a lot going on here with not just the end of the season, but what the Steelers are going to do with QBs and stuff like that. So all of your questions are welcome. Tim, what's in the user mailbag tonight?
I got some stuff from Mr. Dan, and then I got some stuff from the Mush, and he sent me this like right before Notre Dame was playing, so he was in a good mood. He's in a static mood right now. I just I can't believe next week that I have to cheer for Penn State.
I know.
That's like getting bit by the most evilest. Both are just evil snakes. And you just get bit. I got to take the poison from one of them.
You do. So what do you think? Just real quick, what do you think about that QB from Penn State?
I think he's going to be good.
Do you? He's got the Big Ben stats.
He is a little bit of Big Ben, but I think he's gonna. Dude. I like him. I do like him, but I hate Penn State. I hate Penn State, and
right now. I think he's coming back to Penn State, right? Unless he changes his mind at the end of the season.
He is. Like Notre Dame and Penn State, I think that the two fan bases are the most delusional fan bases I've ever seen in my life.
I agree. Of course, that assistant head coach at Penn State, he's quite a coach. He's quite something.
Who's the assistant head coach at Penn State?
Terry Smith.
I can't.
My quarterback back in the Gateway days.
I get it. I can't root for Penn. It's tough. I was gonna.
I'm not rooting for the school, but
you had the allegations.
I can support the man. I can support the man.
You had the allegations from Penn State, which is terrible, and then Notre Dame basically covered up a kid getting killed there. And that was under touchdown Jesus. Both these schools suck.
They do. I agree.
They suck.
I agree.
So I got to deal with Mark for another week, which is going to be brutal.
What did we play in again? Or was it like a tic-tac-toe?
TJ, I didn't even want. Somebody had to tell me. Somebody had to tell me that game was even on. I go, that game's on TV.
It was pretty bad.
I mean, I should. That
Texas game was great. You watch it?
I should have knew
that Texas game.
TJ, I should have knew my whole week when the Steeler crap started. The loss that the Pitt women's volleyball team just set me up. I knew like the week of disappointment. They just carried on for a week and a half straight.
Yeah. Did you see that? Did you see the Texas game?
No, I was too busy playing with the Barbie Dream Castle and
dude. Who they play? What's the team they played? They get that running back, the kid.
Arizona, the white kid.
Yeah, what's his name?
TJ
Zuby or something like that.
That's the last person I want on the Steelers.
He looks like a Yinzer. He's got a Yinzer look.
There's one. TJ, if you got your chance to go check it out, RB1 next year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kid playing for Iowa. RB1 next year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes.
All right, we'll see.
Very good. Very good.
What do you got?
A couple from. I got some from Dan, Mr. Dan. I got some from. I'll try to get some from Mark. Week 18, last game. Are you sitting Russ? Or are you playing Russ? I mean, I guess you got to play Russ, but
Russ is got to cook.
TJ, I would. I'm getting to the point where I would show a lot of Justin Fields.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it depends too. If obviously the Ravens should take care of business, but I think you got to give the offense a chance to get back on track. Holy crap!
I get it, but if he's terrible again this game, what do
If
you
he's
do?
terrible, pull him. Pull him.
Let
Terrible,
Fields
pull him.
go? You
Yeah,
make that
pull
decision,
him.
just go. Oh man.
Absolutely, you have to. I mean, at that point, I mean, you put the best person in to win, right? So let's just get it done. So let
All
me ask you a
right.
question. Let's say
Yeah.
Russ loses, Saturday, and then he loses the first playoff game. Is he out? So do they put all their eggs in Justin Fields' basket, or do they go fishing for, like, I don't know, a kid from Arizona? Of course, he's pretty small. I don't know. You like him? No. Who's your guy? Who are you going for, Tim?
I don't even want to say it. Don't even want to say it. It's a guy that I've been screaming about for the past 3 years.
Who's that?
Go get me 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Put it in. TJ, you pair him with Mike Tomlin. He ain't going to ruin this franchise. He's going to be TJ, he will
He is
be a
a
year
cancer.
back off of TJ. He will be a year back off of that Achilles. Let him cook. Let him fry, dude.
He is a cancer. Oh
No, you
gosh,
get
is he
him.
a
You
cancer.
get 12. Give him. I don't give it. Bradshaw's number 12, right? Give him 12 and let him go.
I don't know. He
That's
looks. I
what
mean,
I
at
would do.
times for the Jets, he's looked bad.
I don't care. TJ, they're the god bleeping Jets. Go get me 12 and let him
Oh,
cook for a year or two and see what happens.
dude, he's gonna be like 62 by the time he's done.
TJ, again, I think you got a better chance of winning with him than you do with Russ. I just do.
Well, I don't know,
Because,
man.
TJ, put it this way. That New York Jet line is brutal. Their offensive line
yeah.
stunk.
They
TJ,
do.
the Steelers line is going to be very good. Very
Oh,
good.
they will. They're
It
young
will
and
be
they're
very
gonna be
good.
great.
TJ, you get another wideout. You go get it. And I'm at the point right now. Go sign T. Higgins and ship 14 out of here. He's driving me crazy.
Yeah, now's the time to do it.
Driving me banana lands. Go get a second round pick. Draft a guy in the first round. Pair him with T. Higgins. You got the kid from Michigan coming back. You got Austin. You go get RB1 from Iowa, and you give it to 12 and be like, 12, win.
I just
That's
don't
where I'm
know.
at.
I don't know.
And basically, you
Yeah.
sign him to a 2-year deal. 2026, you get one of those goofy There's a million quarterbacks coming out. Get one of them, and you roll it out there. That's where I'm going.
That's Tim's plan. You guys have got Tim's plan.
I
like it.
can't do it. I can't do Russ anymore. But if you put it this way, if he stinks the next 2 games, I wouldn't even oppose. Go give Justin a $20 million deal for
I
two,
would, yeah.
3 years, and just if he sucks, then you got to draft somebody in 26.
Yeah, I think if he's great, he's great. If he sucks, you're in the same position.
But even that, or you. Here's another thing, and I don't know if he's washed or not too. I mean, Atlanta's going to get rid of Cousins, and they're going to have to pay him. Same type of deal that you would have to do. You're dealing with Russ right now. You probably get.
I think Cousins is a much better thrower than Russ, don't you?
I don't know, TJ. The guy, he moves like me and you. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I can't live like this anymore. Go find me next Big Ben. Do something. I saw Ben throwing the rock around.
Just give it. It's like back to like the Ditka. Let Ditka do it. You know who's I'm really happy for, and I thought he had it in him, and I'm glad he has success. Is Darnold up in Minnesota?
Yeah.
He'd have been great.
TJ
Anybody could have picked him up.
TJ, I'll tell you right now, if the Steelers somehow trade for the dude that they drafted in Minnesota, McCarthy, the kid from Michigan,
Yeah.
TJ, I will. I'm saying it now. Season tickets given up. I will not. I won't. I'll give them up. I don't want that kid. Kid sucked at Michigan. Usually
Yeah,
won.
I
They had 1,000 first rounders.
Yeah, I don't know. He did.
I'm
he did.
done.
He
The
did
quarterback
nothing for
thing.
me.
Like
Tell you
Russ
what, though.
he's driving me bananas, dude.
But Bo Nix is looking better.
That guy sucks, TJ.
What else you got in the Yinzer mailbag, Tim?
All right, need to ask again. After watching all the games over Christmas, especially the Bengals and Broncos, which team in the playoffs do you think we can actually beat?
Houston.
I don't think we can. I think Houston.
We could beat Houston.
We're all clamoring. Well, we can go play Houston. We want to get Houston. We're gonna go down there and they're gonna beat us by 40. We're gonna be like, what?
No,
CJ
Houston's
Stroud
not
will be
very
throwing
good
like
this year.
all of a sudden like he's CJ Stroud will be throwing passes behind his back.
They've had too many injuries on offense. I think we can beat Houston. I think if you time it right, I think we could go through Houston. And I think I wouldn't mind seeing, I mean, if the Bengals do get in, they can get in and we could still get the fifth seed. If they get in, they could do enough damage and clean out. They would have to play if my thing's right, they would get in, they get the
Buffalo,
first bye, but then they play Buffalo and then they go to
to
the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City.
Why couldn't they beat both those teams?
TJ, the big problem is we would have to go to stinking Baltimore and get.
So let me ask you a question. At this point, would you rather play the Chiefs, the Bills, or
No,
Baltimore?
no, no, none of them.
You got
None
to
of them.
pick one of them.
I'd rather forfeit the game.
Of the
It's just-
three, I'm playing Baltimore.
TJ, I would rather forfeit the game and, in my imagination, play the what if game. Be like, what if we did this?
I think the path. Who knows? It could help
No,
us out.
do you want to hear something crazy, TJ? This is how my stupid brain works, like the dumb brain of mine. In the back of my mind, I'm going, you know what? I wouldn't mind going to Baltimore in round one because I think they have a better chance of beating them than they do Texans.
It's. I don't understand that, but sure.
TJ, because to me, in my brain, I go like this. All it takes is one play from Baltimore, and the house of cards, like a bad play, and the house of cards collapse at Baltimore. When Minka picked that ball off, you got to remember we didn't have GP playing that game either.
Yes,
When Minka picked that ball off, that still was, I think it was still I don't know, 4 point game, 5 point game.
it was close. Yeah,
You could tell it was like the oh crap, and I'm still convinced the play Highsmith made in the first drive of the game where he stripped them and they came up with the ball. If that goes the other way, Baltimore's going, oh my God, here we go again. Because I mean, Lamar had an okay game. He didn't have like an earth-shattering game against them.
he did.
So to me, it's like there's
And I'm
always
telling
that.
you-
There's always that like what like oh my God, like if it happens, they're going whoa, yeah, oh, they're seeing ghosts.
They are, and we played them right after a physical game against the Eagles.
I can't believe I'm saying this now. I guarantee what's going to happen. We're going to get to 60. We're going to go up there and get beat by 40. I'm going to be like, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. What else you got in the Israel bag?
I don't want to get you all fired up because out of the last pod, we went into a different direction,
Yeah.
which was and I blamed it on the mush, and I'm still blaming it on the mush. And this is from the mush. This is directed to you. TJ enjoyed your passion case for Russ at the offensive MVP. After last week's game, are you still on Russ? I content Boz is the MVP, offensive MVP. Rush can't finish drives.
See, I can't. The last 3 weeks,
TJ, I just think you should go tell Mush to go bleep off. That's what I think you should
he's
do.
missing. He's missing his top weapon. It's hard to see. Not only is Pickens a target, but he creates all the space for everybody else. So I think. I mean, I'm not going to say that Boz being the MVP. I mean, he's doing some incredible things that we've not seen a kicker do forever. So if he gets it, I wouldn't mind it. But we know this: we're not winning a Super Bowl on Boz's leg. Russ has got to do something. If he doesn't do something, what are we going to do? You can't beat the Chiefs. You can't beat the Bengals. You can't beat the Bills. You can't beat any of these guys that just score field goals. You got to score touchdowns.
I mean, technically, they did beat Baltimore.
They did beat Baltimore. It was like
Kicking
16
field
to
goals.
whatever.
Yes,
But I mean,
did.
if you're going to do anything in the playoffs, you got to score touchdowns. So either Russ has to show up or like, Fields or whatever. But I think if Pickens can get his head on straight and they could kind of move forward, I think they could be okay.
I think we should check at some point in time, we got to check the tapes from earlier in the year. What I said was going to happen. It almost happened, but it's happening. Like I remember saying when Fields is there, he's going to get hurt or something like that around the Raider game, but he didn't get hurt. They just pulled him. And I said Russ would go in and he would play pretty good. And then at some point he was going to get hurt. They're going to put Fields back in. And we're going to be right where we were at the beginning of the season, not knowing who the quarterback was.
It might still happen. I don't know.
I'm still a firm believer in that.
It could still happen.
So good question. Steelers have the potential to lose the last 5 games of the year. Who takes the fall in the coach's room if they do?
Well, I mean, they gave up points on defense. I think the injury bug hit them at the wrong time. And I just don't think they're deep enough yet as a team. I think there's another level to get to. So I think, Where
Yeah.
were they? Where were they
The
predicted to
level
finish?
is you got to have a guy under center that can take you to that other level.
I think if they again, they're missing a wide receiver too. They need a wide receiver too bad.
Yes.
I think, and I'll tell you what, is the more the season goes on, the less impressed I get with Najee.
Yeah. You think?
I mean, Warren is like electric.
I know.
Najee, is it me? But the last 3 or 4 games, he looks like he's getting slower.
You think he's getting slower, and then some, for odd reason, when it's like a critical point in the game, they put
Get
84
Cordell
back
Patterson.
there.
I don't know. I don't know why he's in
And
there
that
either.
dude, look, TJ, he actually, I rewind the TV because I'm like, is this dude running in slow motion? Is this a replay?
It's bad. That's bad.
And it's like TJ, it's a critical moment. It's like a third and a foot. They're like, I'm like, why is 84 back there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think when they
I
address
would rather
those
see
things,
Darnell Washington carry the ball on a third and short than him.
you know who else has been taking some steps back too is that left tackle of ours. He's looked pretty terrible the last few games.
Dan
too.
Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Give me when the tribal chief coming back?
Well, and that's part of it too. I mean, that's a big injury. Can we get him before the end of the year? There was a chance there. We were. I haven't heard anything about it.
TJ, come on. You know Tomlin's going to be like, the boat is moving. Can't get on the bus, the train, whatever the hell he calls
I
it.
did see whatchamacallit, Wilson was practicing. I don't know if he's going to come off of the.
That's
I know they
TJ.
opened the IR window.
TJ, that's like me. That's like me and you saying we're going to play this week. It ain't happening. Or next week or the following week. But to me, I have a feeling like the fall guys, it's going to be. Tomlin always has a fall guy. There's always a fall guy. It's never Tomlin. So it's going to be, what's his name? The defensive coordinator guy that's not the defensive coordinator guy.
Yeah,
He's not. I mean,
dude. To think they could have kept Florida. I mean, man,
it's insane, dude. That dude has guys like me and you in Minnesota's defense just flying around. I'm going,
He's a heck of a D coordinator. He's a heck of a D coordinator. You know what I would do, man? I'd say, listen, man, why don't you come back? Let's make him an offer he can't refuse to come back here, or I'd grab somebody to be a consultant or somebody to help Austin out or whatever, because I think our defense is so complex. You need all the right people. They got to do the right thing and everything. And if one of those things doesn't work, we're cooked all the time. I don't understand that.
Here's a little secret that I'm keeping to myself is, the Bears are all high on that dude from Detroit, which is a great offensive mind. If I'm the Bears, I'm hiring Flores and I'm bringing in some young, hot assistant from somewhere else that's an offensive wizard, and I'm doing because Flores is a good coach and he should be a head coach.
He should be. He'll get
another
chance.
I'm hoping that. I mean, the pain, the stuff that goes through me, like I'm getting crap talked by Bears fans who their franchises. It's wash rinse repeat every year. It's like
they're terrible.
All you got. If I'm a Bears fan, all I would do is stare at a washer. I do all the time. Like this is what it is.
Yeah, they're a terrible franchise.
I'm getting crap talk from Bears fans. I'm getting crap talks from the crappiest teams. Like it's just unbelievable to me. I'm going.
No, we don't need
just
that.
Stop.
You got anything else?
Yeah, to me it's awesome. I think he's gonna. And for what? Mark wants to know, do we have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, for me, it's to stop eating. Because I'm getting, Tim, I ate like I had a parasite in me this last 2 weeks. Tim, let me ask you a question. In your house, what didn't you eat?
TJ, I told you this. I got 2 stories from the break, which is may extend the pod about 10 minutes, but they're funny.
Yeah.
But I'll go first with what didn't I ate everything. And like my wife we had this little art piece. She took it down, like first thing you do when you walk into our door, and she put this ginormous mirror up.
We call that the mirror of truth, Tim.
TJ, I have caught myself a couple times these past couple days going past that mirror, and like when the Grinch looked at himself, that's what I'm going. This can't be me. I'm going I was doing one of these
strategically. Was she? Is she sending you a message, Tim? Did she do that strategically?
TJ, I caught myself at 5:15 in the morning this morning when I was getting from work. I thought it was one of those funny mirrors at the amusement park when they see
Did you have a shirt on, Tim, or were you shirtless?
TJ, that's the scary part. I was fully shirted. If I go past that mirror and no shirt on, the person's probably going to be like, "Put a shirt on, fatty."
Mirror on the wall. Oh, put a shirt on.
It was unbelievable. I'm going, oh. I mean, I can't believe where it's at. It's like
Yeah.
there's no hiding it. Like you have to go past it all the time.
It just feeds you bad angles too. Just bad angles going
It's
through.
amazing. I walk past. I was like, dude, this, what happened to me? Like, what has happened to me? And like, I go to the gym 6 days a week. I'm going myself. Can you imagine if I didn't go to the
Oh,
gym?
they'd have a TCL show about you.
They would be. They'd be
Or
knocking down.
TLC
They'd be
show.
knocking down one of the walls to get me out of here.
They'd start you off. They start with the slow music, and this is his story, and then you'd be crying a few times.
It'd be
as you're eating a
hilarious.
Twinkie.
And I tell you right now, the Christmas gift that you got me, TJ.
I didn't know what size to get.
Putting that thing on, TJ, I look like TJ. I look like the fattest minion on the planet.
So for those of you that don't see, we'll have to.
I was going to wear it. I told you I was going to put it on for this pod. But
You should. So maybe next time you can put it on. I got Tim these plaid Steeler overalls. I didn't know what size to get, so I got him a double X. Because Tim, most of your stuff is double X. So you're saying it's a little roomy?
TJ, I don't know if it's a little roomy or just on me. It looks like I look like a billboard. I was like, holy crap, man, what's going on?
Well, Tim, I mean, in my
Like
defense,
the Steeler album in the middle of that thing, like I feel like if you look at it in the eye, like it's like this big. When it's on me, it looks like it looks.
Tim, in my defense, I had no idea what your cup size was, so I had to guess.
I just go to myself. I look at Melissa. I go, like when I put this. The crazy part is when I put it on, like I didn't even have to look in the mirror. I just looked at Melissa, and I could tell by her face. I was like, she's looked at me, and just put her head down. I go, oh my god. I was like, and then when I peeked in the mirror, and the mirror was like,
Hey, if we're going to Ireland next year, you got to bring it with you.
TJ, they may not. They may. I don't know. TJ, that may be the only piece of luggage I can bring in the bag. It's so big. I'll be wearing it all week. Boobs hanging out. But didn't you? You've never seen the picture of the guy he's like 700 pounds and his boobs are hanging out and he doesn't wear a shirt underneath it. Yeah. That's all I kept thinking when I had it on. I'm like, is this what my brother thinks of me?
I saw it. I thought Tim would love it. I thought there's no way I'm getting this before Christmas. And lo and behold, it came in.
I just go, I put it on and I just was like, holy moly, dude. TJ, if I went walking around outside, the aliens would they'd be like, that's the dude. We got to take him. Oh. Between that and then the other thing that happened, which was a hilarious story, is my daughter, she's been wanting to get her ears pierced for a couple months now. So my wife, it was the Sunday before Christmas, makes an appointment to go get her ears pierced up at called Oakbrook Mall, which is a very nice mall. They got all the high-end stores. It's an outdoor mall. It's not like when we used to go to Claire's and they stick a needle
or the piercing pagoda.
Yeah,
where they take an ice pick and
we had to go to this place that like nurses did it. It was an Oakbrook Mall. Blah 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 blah. So we walk in. Olivia's all excited. Again, this is the Sunday before Christmas. Oakbrook Mall was a absolute zoo.
Oh yeah.
Get down there. She goes sit in the chair, and I'm like, nurse comes up and just takes the pen and puts the thingy on her ear, and my daughter goes like one of these. I'm going, I got a feeling this is gonna be a bad day. So we try to tell her, hey, this is just they're gonna shoot the gun. We kept telling her all week, little pinch. As soon as they bring that gun out, man, you would have thought she saw Bigfoot like in front of her, you would have thought that it was me in the overalls right in front of her face like this. She's going bananas crying. So she's like, I don't want to do this. We're like, okay. So we got to pull her out of the chair. She's like, well, I want to do it now. So we're like, and they will not do it as long as she's saying no. We kind of learned that. So we're like, we'll give her a break. The lady comes very nice. She's like, we're going to give you this magic cream. Put it on your ear so you won't even feel anything. Olivia's like, yeah, magic cream. So
Tim, you have magic cream too, don't you?
I have lots of magic creams. None of it's working. So we wait about 15 minutes. We take her back into the room. She's got the magic cream on. And they want to do because they want to do the things at the same time because you don't want to do one ear and her being like, no, 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 only have one ear and look like a pirate.
Yeah.
So, nurses come back. They're ready to go. As soon as the gun comes up, Livia's, no, no, no. And then it got to a point where we just can't get it done. And then we're ready to leave. She's like, no, I want to get it done. She's freaking out. I mean, freaking out. We open the door and Melissa's trying to this is outside mall. It's cold outside. Melissa's trying to put her coat on. She just won't let it happen. Finally, I was like, I had enough. I just pick her up, and I just start yelling, Melissa, to the car. Get her. And all I hear Liv's going, no, no, no. And in the back of my brain is I'm carrying this child with no coat on saying, I just kept repeating, get her to the car. Get her to the car. I finally get in the car, and I'm like, dude, I can't believe the police didn't take this child from me.
Yes.
I just kept yelling, get into the car, get into the car.
I'm sure you may get a visit later, Tim. You never know.
It was unbelievable. But yeah, besides that, and then the ginormous overalls you got me for Christmas.
So you had a good Christmas. That's great.
But my New Year's resolution is probably to, I got to lose some weight too. I just don't know how to do it. I don't think it's possible anymore.
Well, I could send you videos of Dad training back in his later years of life.
TJ, I work out.
Some of that.
I've been working out. It's getting bad when I start I'm looking at videos for guys in their 40s for workout stuff, and these dudes are all chiseled and stuff, and I'm like, nothing's working. I just think there's something wrong with me.
Well, it could be the low T. I mean, that's part of it.
I mean, what more do I got to do, TJ?
Well, you do have the cream and stuff. Maybe you need an uptick of things.
I'm taking enough cream. It's costing me $400 a month to get cream. It ain't working, dude. Give me something.
Are you still buying that crap from Amazon with the bull on it?
No. But I'm just like, nothing's working. And that mirror ain't helping.
No, that's a well-placed mirror. I'm sure she put it there for a reason.
I mean, I go past it and I'm just like, whoa, man.
I'm gonna not eat for a big part of January. I'm just gonna go on a big fast, drop 20 or 30, and then I'll be fine.
TJ, I think if I even fast and didn't eat, I'd still be fat.
Well, Tim, we're just big bone people. Greeks are big bone people.
TJ, my boobs are outrageous.
Well, I know that's why I had problems getting those overalls. I didn't know what your cup size was.
I mean, dude, I look like
are you an E, a D? I don't know, double D. I don't know what you are.
All you got to do is paint if I just paint myself green and just walk out, I would look. My body type it's Grinch. That's my body type. 100% Grinch.
Well, you're a little bustier than the Grinch was. You got a little.
I mean, come on, man. Didn't need that. That was totally uncalled for.
You got anything else in the Yinzer mailbag?
I mean, no. No? Mark is no.
I like Mark. We had to have him on the podcast again. I miss Mark.
He's going to Miami next week. I hope that's usually where people from Chicago's dreams go to die. So I know the Bears died down there. I'm hoping his dreams die down there.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, again, if you have any questions for us, you can email us at YINZERBros.
He does have one more question. I really want to guys as of the end of the year, who was on the list and who's outside looking in for the Steelers.
Who's on the list?
Yeah.
Give me an offensive and a defensive person on the list. Who's your offensive person on the list?
Offensive person on the list. Vance Jefferson. I don't know what that dude even does on this team.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
He's a fraud. Defensively, who's your?
My offensive list guy. I don't know why he's on the team. It's the same thing as Connor Hayward. He's doing.
Believe it or not, I'd rather have Connor Hayward on the team than 84 because even that dude, having him back there on kickoffs, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. It's like you might as well put the 33 back on and get out there and return some kicks.
It's ridiculous. Now Patterson is bad too. He's bad too. Who's your defensive guy
on the list?
Yeah, who's your defensive guy on the list? It's a little tougher.
My defensive guy who I can't stand watching him play when he comes in is For some odd apparent reason, man, that corner they got in the trade, as weeks goes on, I'm starting to hate him more and more, man.
Really?
Yeah, I am,
He's a
dude.
good pickup.
I don't know, man. He's getting bad and bad and bad and bad as the weeks go on, dude.
He was leading the league in interceptions, wasn't
TJ, the balls went like TJ. They went directly to his face mask.
he? My defensive guy that I'm struggling this year with is Cam Sutton. I expected way more from him. I know he's only
Oh, he
played half the
stinks.
year, but
Yeah, I mean
been
he's
bad.
been brutal. He's just I can't even name him on. He's not on like. What are you gonna do?
I mean, when he's done this year, I mean, I don't know what's going on. He's bad.
He lost his mind when he started beating women. He shouldn't
I
even
think
have
you're
been be
right.
on a team.
I think you're right. He no, and again, thank God they're not paying him hardly anything. But all right, if you like what you hear, oh, I'm sorry, that's later. If
Oh
you want
yeah,
to email us, you can
we haven't
email
even
us at
gotten to the game.
no.
Great.
If you got any questions, you can email us at yinzerbros.com and we'll get you on our podcast. Let's talk real quick about the Bengals, Tim. Can we beat them again?
I think we can, but I don't know, man. I
I think we
teach.
can too. They're highly motivated, but I think we can beat them. Their defense is really bad.
It is really bad, but that offense is going to just Joe Burrow's going to torch them.
I'll tell you
Going to
what,
absolutely torch them.
they got. I'll tell you what, those two receivers keeping that. You talk about a great draft, Burrow and those two guys. That was a great draft.
I
Um,
mean,
I mean, we should be able to put up some offensive numbers, which is good. What our cap will be, I don't know. Again, I think
remember
this could.
you remember back in about week 4 when I was always on the Bengals train and you were making fun of me. The Bengals suck so bad, dude. If that team, if I'm Buffalo and that team gets into the playoffs, I'm going. That if I'm the AFC, that's the last team I want to play
No,
get into the
I
playoffs.
agree. Well, I mean, if a team could put up points, like here's the thing too. I mean, like so they go up against KC. You know what? I think they outscore Kansas City. I don't think now Kansas City's got Hollywood Brown back, but can they put up the points to hang with the Bengals?
Let me ask you a question real quick. If you have to like, as of right now, as of today, your AFC teams, how are you ranking them? I'm not
Right
talking
now,
like I'm not talking like if you're just playing like right now, regardless of record. How are you ranking them?
I'm saying that are in the playoffs right now.
I'm talking just playing right
Oh,
now.
play,
AFC teams. Yeah,
Bills. I'd probably say Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Steelers, Chargers, Bengals, Broncos.
I'm
I don't
putting
even
the
think Houston's in there.
I'm
The
putting
Bengals
the
defense is so bad.
TJ. I'm still putting the Bengals maybe 3 or 4. That team is
I don't think
dangerous,
they're that good.
man.
Offense, yeah, but defense. And if I mean, like, so they played Dallas. They won like 27-20. Dallas stinks.
I know, TJ, but all you need from that defense is to make like one turnover a game. That offense is
I
going to
just,
kill you, dude.
I don't know. So I'm curious to see. Buffalo's got a good defense. Kansas City's got a good defense. Buffalo's the offense to back up the defense this year. The Ravens have a good offense and defense.
Yeah, but Buffalo, I don't know. Like it's the same Buffalo team that had to come back against the Patriots.
It's the division. The division's always weird. The ones that are interesting to me is, I mean, the Chargers look like they're rising. They got a great defense. Denver's got a great defense. Now their offense doesn't scare me,
Yeah.
but their defense is tough. I don't know. I think
I
they're
don't
in
know,
the
man.
they're in the top 6. I still think the Steelers are a more complete team. They beat them. I mean, think about how the Steelers have won this year. They didn't just shut them out. They outscored them this year. What was this?
I
What was it, like
understand,
30? Was it like 44-38 or
Yeah,
something?
but
Crazy?
since that game, their Steelers defense has been terrible, dude.
Well, I think they got beat up. I think they got beat up. What's the best? You've heard me say it's the best, thing for a defense is a great long drive offense. And we just been getting the offense can't stay on the field. If you can't stay on the field, the defense wears out.
I don't know, man. If I'm a team, I do not want the Bengals anywhere near the playoffs.
I think if you put them in the rank of like the Chargers and those guys, I don't think anybody wants to play the Bengals because Joe Burrow. I mean, Joe Burrow's. I mean, here I know everybody's like Lamar's MVP. Lamar's MVP. I'll tell you what. Look at what Joe Burrow's done with nothing. I shouldn't say nothing. He's got some great wide receivers.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, he's put the team on his shoulders and just I really I think Joe Burrow's he's a top. I think he's probably the best quarterback in the league right now.
I do too. I agree. I think you said that. I think he is. He is insane.
He processes so fast, it just throws darts. How on earth did we think Kenny Pickett was going to be like Joe Burrow? Did you watch the game this week where he tried to hold the ball back and flipped over like a Muppet? Did you see that?
TJ, yeah. I mean, TJ,
he looked like a Muppet.
TJ, I bought the kid's jersey. I bought his jersey.
That guy. And I got to hear people from Philly saying, oh, no, you just didn't know how to use him. I'm like, you just don't worry. He's already concussed. He was out for 3 quarters, got concussed already.
I mean, I feel like I'm concussed 24/7. I mean, it is what it is.
So we're playing the Bengals. It's going to be a good game. I think it could be it'll show us a lot if the Steelers can get back on track. It's a good test for us, but it's also.
TJ, I will make this statement. If they. Oh, man. I'm just trying to think, like, if they get back on track offensively, still play crappy defensively, would I feel better? Knowing their offense is produced, a little bit of role yet. I don't know, man. Like, to me, it's like, I got to see something, dude. They can't go into the playoffs. I don't want to see I want to see a complete game. I don't want to see, like, the defense maybe hold the Bengals to 20 points and the offense scores, or defense holds them to like 14 points and then the offense scores 17 points. I don't want to.
No.
We
got to be in the high 20s, low 30s.
But I would feel more confident, truthfully, if the offense has an explosion than the defense, because I know if they went to Houston, they're not going to face an offense like that, or even Baltimore. And Baltimore's a good offense, but I think they can match up well. So to me, I don't know if that makes any sense. I'd rather see them, even if they lose, score a bunch of points, but okay, the offense has kind of got some type of footing to it. Maybe the defense can. I'm hoping T.J. Watt starts playing like T.J. Watt. And I don't know, man.
No, I agree. So give me a score prediction. What's your score prediction for the game?
I think it's going to be like a 31-27 game.
That's my exact score prediction, 31-27. I think they got to get on track like that. And I think if they do, then I think, we go to so is there a way we can win the 1 seed still, or is that gone?
The 1 seed?
Yeah. Oh, not the 1 seed. We can win the division, excuse me.
Baltimore, you will know before we play.
Yeah,
and that's. I guess that's $1 million question. Is this Baltimore? They played Cleveland first, and basically we're either playing for the 5 seed or we're playing for the 6 seed. So you're either going to Houston or going to Baltimore. I don't think Mike Tomlin cares who he plays. I don't think the Steelers care who they play. So if that's the case, I would just rest people. I'd give them a half, see if your offense on track, and just rest. You rest your dudes, and you go to Baltimore as powerful as you could possibly do, and roll.
Yeah, that's not a bad philosophy. So if they go to Baltimore as a 6 seed, then they would have to go to either the Chiefs or the Bills, right?
They're going to have to go even as a 5 seed. They would probably go to.
As a 5, they would go to Houston and then Baltimore, right?
If Baltimore's
a 1.
Correct.
Yeah. If Baltimore's a 1. Which I think that's an easier path.
Baltimore would be a 3. Steelers would be a 5. They beat Houston. They would go to. If Baltimore wins, they would go to Baltimore.
Yeah.
But they'd eventually have to go.
I guess it's a 5. Yeah, because the 7 would go to whoever wins against the 7 and the 2 would go to. I guess it'd be the biggest seed in F. They could go to the Bills, right? Because the Bills would be number 2 seed.
It depends. Like I said, it depends.
If they finish 5, they go to the Bills. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not opposed to.
No, if they finish 5, if they finish 5, they would go.
They go to Houston.
They would go to Baltimore. They would go to Houston. If they won that game, and Baltimore won, they would play Baltimore. The 5 seed would play the 3 seed, and then the 2 seed would. I don't know, dude.
That's where I'll tell you what.
I think they go to Kansas City. Truthfully,
if the Bengals sneak in, they'll be the lowest seed. So that means they fade all those guys. Can you hear me? So they take care of all those guys.
I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's okay. All right. Well, you heard our score predictions. Let's hope that this Saturday the Steelers take home a win. Again, I'm here. TJ and with my brother Tim, and we're the Yinzer Bros. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, pass it along to your friends, your neighbors, everybody. Once again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Still number one out here. All right.
See you, boys, girls, all
People.
Yins.